Well, guys, welcome to Downtown Melo. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Monday, June 8th, 2020, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Oh, everyone had a fantastic weekend. Netflix canceled its reality series Next in Fashion on Friday, Variety reported. The Independent also confirmed the news. The show's first season premiered January 29th. 10 France, one of the Queer Eye Fab Five, hosted the fashion competition with Alexa Chung. Variety reports that France suggested the series could return on another network. Netflix canceled its animated series Chung after one season, but Adult Swim announced it would be bringing its second season to air in 2021. France told Variety, "This is a one-season show. We don't know what will happen in the future, but it was honestly one of the proudest things I've ever worked on. I love the show and Alexa so much. My focus is definitely on Queer Eye and moving forward with that." 18 aspiring designers competed in competitions for a $250,000 prize and a chance to team up with Net-a-Porter to launch a clothing line. Minju Kim won the first season. Netflix has canceled a number of its original series after only one season. In addition to Tucumberti, Messiah, Astronomy Club, Spinning Out, Soundtrack, and AJ and the Queen also got one season. Queer Eye will return for a sixth season on Netflix. Starz announced Friday that a collection of 8 titles would be available to watch for free on their app or on-demand series. These documentary films and series examine racial inequality. Starz calls the collection Black Voices, Strength, Pride, History. Hoop Dreams director Steve James directed the docuseries America to Me, with episodes tackling racial, economic, and class issues in the education system. The series premiered at the Sundance Film Festival. Spike Lee directed a Huey P. Newton story, playwright Roger Gouverneur Smith's one-man show about the Black Panther co-founder. Smith also plays Newton. The documentary for Akeem follows a teenager trying to graduate a court-supervised high school. It encompasses the Ferguson protests and her personal struggles. The documentary Stranger Fruit investigates the Ferguson killing of Michael Brown from the perspective of his parents. The documentary Manual documents the white supremacist mass shooting at the African Methodist Episcopal Church and its aftermath. The documentary Out of Omaha follows the twin brothers growing up in Omaha, Nebraska. Morgan Freeman narrates the documentary Scandalize My Name, about African Americans dealing with the Joe McCarthy hearings in the 1950s. The documentary The Rape of Recy Taylor chronicles Taylor's fight for justice when 6 white boys raped her in 1944 Alabama. The Criterion Channel also made a collection of content by black filmmakers available to view for free to those who do not subscribe to their streaming service. Lifetime is not going ahead with its planned competition series Abby's Virtual Dance-Off. The cable network announced April that the 12-episode show would consist of tape submissions from dance contestants, with Dance Mom star Abby Lee Miller judging via conference and keeping social distancing practices during the coronavirus pandemic. But UsMagazine.com and EW.com reported Friday that the episodes will not air after 2 African-American mothers allege on social media that Miller used racist and condescending language when their daughters appeared in previous seasons of Dance Moms. Miller apologized for her behavior, saying, "I generally understand and deeply regret how my words have affected and hurt those around me in the past, particularly those in the black community. To Cameron, Adriana, and anyone else I've hurt, I'm truly sorry." The decision to scrape the show was made during a week filled with protests seeking justice for African Americans who have died during altercations with law enforcement, particularly George Floyd, who died when a Minneapolis police officer knelt on his neck for several minutes. The CW said it has added to its fall TV lineup Devils, an international thriller starring Alessandro Borghi and Patrick Dempsey. The show will air on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and will be paired with the new investigative drama Coroner, which will start at 9 p.m. No premiere dates have been announced. Devils is a collaboration with Sky Italia and Lux Vict in association with Sky Studios, Orange Studios, and OCS. According to the news release, Devils follows Mamismo Vergara, played by Borghi, the charismatic yet ruthless head of trade at NYL, one of the world's most important investment banks, and his mentor, NYL's CEO Dominic Morgan, played by Dempsey. The synopsis continues after Dominic appoints another colleague over Mamismo's following a bitter promotion battle. Mamismo finds himself named prime suspect in a murder investigation. Vying to clear his name, Mamismo becomes involved in an intercontinental financial warfare and is forced to choose between supporting Dominic or going up against him. The small screen adaptation of Guido Maria Bira's novel Adavoli co-stars Lala Costa, Cassia Sumatnik, Lars Mikkelsen, Malachi Kirby, Paul Chowdhury, Pia Metchler, Harry Mitchell, and Stacey Harmson. The Second City Improv Theater Troupe in Chicago has announced its commitment to diverse hiring practices in the wake of widespread protests condemning racism and demanding social justice. On Friday, the organization announced its white chief executive officer and executive producer Andrew Alexander has stepped down. The next day it says Anthony LeBlanc, its black artistic director, has been named interim executive producer. Last week, as thousands of people protested the death of George Floyd, the company tweeted its support of the Black Lives Matter movement. Black actor and comedian Dwayne Perkins posted in reply, "You remember when the black actors wanted to put on a Black Lives Matter benefit show, and you said only if we give half of the proceeds to the Chicago PD, because we'll never forget. Remember when you would make black people audition for jobs, you simply just have to, for white people." Black comedian and screenwriter Asia Lachey Bullock said she was physically abused during her time at the Second City, then fired when she lodged a complaint against a male companion, or colleague rather. Bullock says, "The wildest part about my Second City experience is that they forced me to quit because they didn't believe me. Then, weeks later, for unknown reasons, they fired the white man who put hands on me but allowed the narrative to be that they fired him because of me." The company responded in a statement on its website Friday. The statement says everyone wants a response, but there are no set of words right now that will be enough. There's no excuse. Second City has made so many mistakes, and we, the leadership, are sorry. And now we are putting our energy behind taking action, even in the community doesn't feel that we have the right. In this moment, you deserve to hear clear, specific actions that will be taken. It was announced that the Second City's chief executive officer and executive producer, Andrew Alexander, is stepping down, fully removing himself from overseeing the Second City's operations and policies and divesting from the company as it stands. The next person to fill the executive producer position will be a member of the BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, People of Color community. The organization promised to improve its hiring, casting, and student recruitment practices, as well as its use and resources to produce art by and for BIPOC artists and diversify the audiences at its theaters. LeBlanc said in a statement as his new position was announced, "While the Second City has sometimes made strides in the diversity of talent performing on our stage, we have grossly fallen short when it comes to support that talent and diversity of Second City as a whole. We must face the realities of our fallings as an organization and hear voices of our BIPOC performers, alumni, staff, students, and audience. We need to do better because our community deserves better. I, along with the rest of the leadership of the Second City, are committed to making fundamental and long-lasting changes to our company and the many communities we touch. I look forward to being a part of those changes and help Second City catch up to the present and, in turn, move forward towards the future." The Second City helped launch the careers of comedy icons Bill Murray, Gilda Radner, John Candy, John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, Mike Myers, Steve Carell, Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, and Stephen Colbert. Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, and Pokemon Detective Pikachu star Justice Smith announced on Instagram this weekend that he is queer. Smith wrote about his sexuality after attending a George Floyd protest in New Orleans with Queen Sugar actor Nicholas L. Ashe. Smith wrote, "We chanted Black trans lives matter, Black queer lives matter, all Black lives matter. As a Black queer man myself, I was disappointed to see certain people eager to say Black lives matter, but hold their tongue when trans queer was added. I want to reiterate the sentiment. If your revolution does not include Black queer voices, it is anti-Black. If your revolution is okay with letting Black trans people like #Tony McDad slip through the cracks in order to solely liberate Black chastened men, it is anti-Black. You're trying to push yourself through the door of a system designed against you and then shut the door behind you. It is our conditioning to get as close to whiteness, straightness, maleness as we can because that's where the power is. And if we appeal to it, may it give us a slice. But the revolution is not about appeal. It is about demanding what should have been given to us from the beginning, what should have been given to Blacks, queer, and trans individuals from the beginning, which is the right to exist, to live and prosper in public without fear of persecution or threat or violence." After numerous media outlets ran the story about his post with headlines saying that he came out as queer, Smith tweeted, the F if I didn't come out, y'all came in. Floyd was a Black man who died allegedly at the hands of a white police officer during an arrest last month. His death has sparked worldwide protests demanding police reform and an end to racism. The anonymous street artist Banksy posted on Instagram photos of his latest work and a message supporting those fighting what he calls a failed system. He debuted the painting as thousands of people are taking to the streets daily all over the world to protest the death of George Floyd. The painting shows the flame from a single candle, which is on what appears to be a fireplace mantle, burning a U.S. flag that is hung on a wall. Also on the mantle are cut flowers and the framed silhouette of a person. The flag is red, white, and blue, and everything else in the picture is gray, black, and white. Banksy's post is captioned, "At first I thought I should just shut up and listen to Black people about this issue, but why would I do that? It's not their problem, it's mine." People of color are being failed by the system. The white system, like a broken pipe flooding the apartment of the people living downstairs. The faulty system is making their life a misery, but it's not their job to fix it. They can't. No one will let them in the apartment. This is a white problem, and if white people don't fix it, someone will have to come upstairs and kick the door in. The post has gotten more than 2.2 million likes since it was posted on Saturday. Rapper Gunna Wunna is the #1 album in the United States. Coming in #2 on the Billboard 200 chart Saturday is Lil Baby's My Turn, followed by Future's High Off Life at #3, the 1975's Note on the Conditional Form at #4, and Polo G's The Goat at #5. Running up the top tier on the top 10 are Drake's Dark Lane demo tapes at #6, The Baby's Blame It on Baby at #7, The Weeknd's After Hours at #8, Lil Uzi Vert's Eternal Take at #9, and Post Malone's Hollywood's Bleeding at #10. And as your entertainment report for Monday, June 8th, 2020, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app. Search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.